Hello, welcome to my channel. You may know me as Nicole Amity. And if you don't know me, hello again. I am a pro wrestler in the Bay Area of California, and I love all things horror. Most people know me for basing a lot of my in-ring stuff around my love for horror. But what most people don't really know is that I love books. So, in this kind of get to know me video, I'm going to be doing my 26 in 2026 video. If you don't know what a 26 in 2026 is, it's basically the 26 books I will read over the course of 2026. Obviously I can read more than that, which I hopefully will. I'm not a very fast reader, so I'm not sure how much I'll be able to actually read next year, but and I'm very busy. But I want to at least get through my 26 books. So the first book that I will be getting through, which I'm so excited about, is the Grimm Oro book from Alex Aster in the Lightlark series. Oh, I can't wait for this. So this is this is the Dueling Crowns edition. So Oro, Grimm, and half the book is Oro, half the book is Grimm. Look at those sprayed edges. This is a beautiful book. I don't know much. I like to go into books not really knowing much about what it is. That's just how I read. I find it way more entertaining just getting to know things as I go. Just like how I don't like to watch trailers for movies. I just like to go in and be like, oh, let's find out. But, yeah. So I don't really know anything about this. I know that it is set in the perspectives of Oro and Grimm. I don't know if this is a prequel or what this is, but it's in the Lightlark series, and I love that series. Can't wait to see what this is about. And once I finish that, I saw from Alex Aster herself that you should read this one before reading the last book, though it's not necessary, but I like to read in publishing order for the most part. So I'm reading this first, and then I'm going right into Crown Tide. So this is the fourth book in the Lightlark series, and I am so excited for this. We got left off on a cliffhanger on Skyshade, and I'm very excited to see this. Pretty sure this is the last book in the series, but very excited to read it. Now, the rest of these are going to be in no particular order. I just wanted to get those two first in the year because I'm very excited since Crown Tide came out. But the rest of them I just have, and I will pick through them for the rest of the year. So, the next one I have is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I've heard such great things about this. I somehow have evaded all knowledge about this book. I have absolutely no idea what this book's about. I don't even know what year this came out. 2023. So it'll be almost 3 years since this came out, and somehow I've evaded everything. So, obviously, like I said, I like horror. I have never read Animal Farm. So, it's by George Orwell. This is one of the classics. To be completely honest, I don't really know if this qualifies as horror, but I know that it freaks some people out. I've never read it. So, Animal Farm. Very different from Animal Farm. This is The Spell Shop. I know a little bit about this. It's got this purple edges. So, I know a little bit about this book. I know that it is a magical spell shop. And that's about it. One thing to know about me is that 90% of my books are fantasy. I love world building. I love fantasy worlds. I love the magic. I love worlds that are completely not real. Some of my books are a little bit more real, I guess, like a real world type of thing. One of my favorite books is Perks of Being a Wallflower. That's definitely not fantasy. It's more of a general fiction book, but I have very few of those. 90% of my books are fantasy, like 8% of my books are poetry, and then like 2% of my books is like general fiction, sci-fi. Next book, I will be getting through the Crescent City series. I have read Throne of Glass. It's one of my all-time favorite series. I've read ACOTAR, which it's a good series. I like it a lot. Some of those I gave pretty high ratings to, but it's not my favorite series. But in the spirit of going through the Massverse, I'll be reading Crescent City. My friend has been dying for me to read this book. She really wants to talk about it. So, yes, I will be getting through this probably toward the beginning of the year. I just reread Throne of Glass. I am going to listen to. I'm going to listen to the audiobook because it goes by a lot faster for me. I can listen a lot faster than I can read. ACOTAR. And then once I'm finished rereading ACOTAR, then I will be starting this. So hopefully soon. I can get through those ACOTAR books pretty quick. I got through Kingdom of Ash in like a week listening to it, and that was like 30 hours. But that's with doing like work and school and wrestling and all that. So, hopefully I can get through the ACOTAR books a lot faster, but we'll see. The Hurricane Wars. I've heard a lot of great things about this book. I've also haven't heard a whole lot about the book, but everything that I have heard has been really good. So, The Hurricane Wars, I bought it because it looks pretty. That's pretty much how I buy a lot of my books, is I kind of judge a book by their cover. Because like I said, I don't like going into books knowing things about them. I might read like the first couple sentences of the back of the book, but that's about it. It's actually what I did with the book that I'm reading right now, To Kill a Shadow. I read like the first like half a paragraph of the back, but technically I read this and this already got me hooked. It says, in a world of darkness become the nightmare. I read that and that already got me hooked. I read like the first half of the paragraph and I loved it. I bought it because it looked pretty, but yeah. If a book looks pretty, I'm probably gonna buy it. The Leaving. This book, oh my god. I've already read this book, so this will be a reread, but this book is so good. This is, I wouldn't really say a thriller, more of a mystery kind of book, but, this book is really good. I don't really remember most of it. That's why I'm rereading it. But, there's actually a couple reasons why I'm rereading it. But, this book I recommend to pretty much anyone. It's kind of a darker book, a little bit. It's about 6 kids who were taken at a young age. 5 kids came back 11 years later, and they have no recollection of what happened in the last 11 years. And they also don't know what happened to the 6th kid. So it follows 3 different points of view. 2 from the kids that were taken, and then 1 is the sister of the boy who never came back. So this is a really good book. One of the reasons why I'm rereading it is because I track my books, and I've been tracking my books since 2023. I want to have all of my books that I've tracked on there, all my books that I've read be tracked on there. So, since I read this before I started tracking my books, I want to reread it so it's on my tracker. Another thing to know about me is that I have a goal of wanting to read every single book that's on my shelf. If I buy it, I want to read it. So, you can see part of my bookshelf over here, and then I also have another bookshelf that my phone is sitting on right now. I have over 200 books. I think I'm close to like 230-ish, give or take. But, yeah, my goal is that I want someone to be able to pull a book off of my shelf and be like, hey, tell me about this. How did you like this? And I can tell them. I can give them like a little synopsis about the book. I can tell them like my star rating or like how I liked it or my thoughts or everything. But I want to be able to read every single book that I own. The next book is Guild. I need to take my sticker off, but I'm not going to do it right now. Guild by Raven Kennedy. Another book that I've heard such great things about, but I've never read. This is from the Plated Prisoner series. I know a little bit about it, tiny bit. I know that it's like a retelling of King Midas, and the king or prince or whoever he is turns a girl to gold, and she lives, and they fall in love. That's all I know. This one I've heard mixed feelings about. This is One Dark Window. It is a duology. I forgot what the duology is called. The Shepherd King, I think? It says it right there. It says the Shepherd King. So I'm guessing the Shepherd King duology. I don't know. I think this is like, ghosts? I don't know. I know nothing about this one. But I've saying that so many times, I'm gonna say it a million times more. But that's not anything new. It looked pretty. I bought it. I actually bought this when it was like going viral. When did this come out? 2022. So I think it went viral a little bit after that, like 2023, I want to say. But I bought this a couple years ago. Still haven't read it. Back to the horror. I don't know when I bought this, but I bought it recently, like within the last year. This is The Woman in Black. There is a movie named after this. Unfortunately, I've never seen it. I need to see it. I know it freaked out my sister when we were younger. She also, no one in my family likes horror, but me. But, so it's not really saying much that it freaked her out. But this is a short book. It's like 200 pages. So I'll be reading this year too. This one I bought because it was adorable. Look at that. You're gonna tell me no. You're gonna look at that cover and tell me no. This is called The Teller of Small Fortunes. I think this is like definitely a YA. I don't think it's like kids, because it's like a full-on chapter book, but I think this is more like middle school. But like I said, I bought it because it's cute, so I'm gonna read it. It's probably gonna be like a cute little fantasy, and I'm all for it. This is called Lore. I bought it because I love Medusa and I love Greek mythology. That's all I know about it. The back says, "You may deny the fates, but they will not deny you. Fighting them will not save you from what is ahead." Yeah, this is Greek mythology. That's all I needed to know. So I got it. Pretty sure this is just about Medusa. Oh, it's so cool. It's in gold. I don't think this is about any other people. I think it's just Medusa. I don't know. I'll find out and let you know. Shatter Me. I have had this book since it came out. This came out in 2011. I think I had this a few years after it came out, actually, because I was 9 when this came out. So I think that I was a little bit older. Probably like 13. But still, I've had this for like 10 years. And I've never read it. It's in still near perfect condition. Mostly because, like I said, I've never read it, so I've never really touched it. It's gone through a couple moves, but it still looks perfect. Yeah, this series is like 10 or 12 books long, but I'm going to read this and all the novellas. Another thing about me is that if there is a book that's in a series, I will most likely read the entire series. Also, I was going to say this earlier, but I totally forgot to say it. Going along with me reading all the books that I own, I don't DNF books. I might like put it down for later, but I will never ever put it down and be like, I'm never reading that. No matter how bad it is, no matter how much I dislike it, I will never DNF a book because I want to be able to read all of my books. So I will hold it out to the end, no matter what. I'm reading every single book that I own. Next is Hooked. This is the Never After series by Emily McIntyre. This is the first one. I think they're all like standalones, but they're in an interconnected series, I think. This is a retelling of Peter Pan. They're all like romances, I think. I don't know. But my sister gave me this. So I'm gonna read it. After We Burned. So I started reading this book, and then I got new books and I started reading those. So I put this down. But this is really good. This is really good so far. I think I'm like 30 pages in, but I want to finish reading this year. So I'm probably gonna restart because it's been a few months since I picked this up. But After We Burned, it is a thriller mystery. It's about like a girl who got killed in a fire in a school, and like her lover and her best friend is trying to figure out what happened. Like, they know why she was in the school. It was like after dark and at night because they were gonna run away, but they're trying to figure out like why and who did it. So yeah, that's all within like the first 30 pages of everything that I know. So it's got like sprayed edges of the book being burned, and it's so cool. I like this. I actually bought this because of the sprayed edges. The Lie Tree. This looks so good, but I haven't read it yet. I've had this on my shelf for probably like 2 years, I want to say. A year and a half, 2 years. I bought this because I was going to read this with someone, and we never got around to it, and now I don't talk to that person anymore. This book, I've heard such great things. I'm also on a mission to find out if the books that go viral on Book Talk are actually really good and worth reading and worth all the hype that they get, or if they actually just look cool and that's why people are talking about it. I don't know, but Quicksilver, I know it's a romance of some sort, but it's got silver edges, and it's got a cool cover, and it's got foil. It's pretty, and it's popular. This is another book that I've heard a lot of mixed emotions about. This is Kingdom of the Wicked. It is from a trilogy that I actually have over here, so I think it's right there. Yeah. So that's the second book, and that's the third book right there. I don't remember what the trilogy is called, but I've heard a lot of mixed emotions, like I said. They're either really good or really bad and nothing in between, and I want to find out what I think of it. So I have the trilogy. I don't know why I have the full trilogy without reading any of the books, but I do. Actually, I bought the second book thinking it was the first, or I bought the third book thinking it was the first. Yeah, that's what it was. I bought the third book thinking it was the first one, and I was like, well, I have the third one, so now I have to get the first one. But I have the first one and the third one, so I have to get the second one. So I have the whole trilogy, which means I will be reading the entire trilogy, whether I like it or not. Hopefully I like it. Before I show this one, we listen, we don't judge. I don't know if you can see it over there, but right next to the trilogy, I have Haunting and Hunting Adeline. Adeline. I don't know how to say it, but I was talked into reading that book. I was kind of tricked into reading it. I was told, it's a great book. It's romance and you're gonna love it. It's fine. And I read it. And I was scarred. So I read the second one. Like I said, I like to read the entire series of stuff. So I read the second one, and it scarred me even more. But I want to give dark romance a second chance. I want to try to give every sort of genre a chance. So I'm giving dark romance a second chance. I saw this book. I don't know what drew me to this book, but it's Her Soul to Take. It is a trilogy, the Souls trilogy. This is book 1. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this, but I'm giving dark romance a second chance. There was parts in Haunting and Hunting Adeline that I liked. Most of it I didn't. But like I said, we're gonna give it a second chance. I'm gonna read this next year. God Killer. Again, I bought this because it looks pretty. I know nothing about this, but it's got a cool title. It's got a great cover. I love it. This is also in a series. I know that for sure. Yeah. I refuse to read the back. I want to go into this knowing absolutely nothing. This has been on my shelf for like a year. I want to read it. This series is gonna give me a headache, but I want to love it, and I want to read all of them, but it's gonna be like a couple years before I finish them. The Zodiac Academy. I am terrified, absolutely terrified to read this, because it's just so daunting. It's so overwhelming. There's like 30 books and I'm scared. So Zodiac Academy, I've heard incredible things about this. There's a reason why there's a ton of books, because everyone loves them. So I'm just scared. This already is kind of a big book. Not terribly big. It's like 500 pages. Yeah. But we'll get through it together. This next one I found because I found the author on Instagram doing like these reels of like scenes in her book. And I thought she was hilarious. And I thought that the book sounded great. So, Assistant to the Villain. I think the 4th book is going to come out next year. I have had this since this book came out. That was in 2023. So, I still have yet to read it. I am a little scared for this one because I love her on Instagram. I really want to love this book. I really want to. I want to laugh. I want to love this. I want to love the characters. So I'm a little scared to read it. But we're going to conquer this together. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. My sister did not like this book. I think it's about a woman who has to stay married in order to survive. It's got green sprayed edges with rings. So I thought it looked cool. I have heard a lot of good things about this book. My sister, like I said, my sister didn't really like it, so but Taylor Jenkins Reid is an incredible author, so I've heard. I know she put out Atmosphere, and everyone loved that book. I don't know when that came out. I think it was this year. But I don't know. Everyone loves her, and apparently she's a great author. So I want to read one of her books, and I want to read this one. Phantasma. This book I was gifted. Someone got me this book for my birthday, I want to say, a couple years ago. I know that this is like a games book, like the games trope, but it's like a dark fantasy, but that's about all I know about it. I think it, like, each chapter is like a night, or like a section is like a night. I don't know, but everyone that I've seen that reads this says that they love it. Says that it's addicting, it's bingeable, it's great. So I'm gonna give my hand at it. And we've come to the final book. This book, The Inheritance Games, I also want to love. That's why I haven't read it yet. It is a series. I think there's 5 books in the series. It shows 3 books on the back. 3 more books on the back. This is not in the series. I think this has 5 books in total, if I'm not mistaken. Might be 4. I don't know. But I really want to love this book. I saw this and I fell in love with the cover. I love the art for this. I know that it's like a rich family and a poor girl. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. But pretty sure. And it's a games book. I love books that like have the games, the trials trope. Like I said, really any fantasy I love. We've made it to the end of my books. So if you liked this video, let me know. I am going to be doing more videos on this channel. I'm also going to be posting my matches on here so you can watch me wrestle. If you want to find me anywhere else, I'm also on Instagram. I'm on Threads, I want to say. I'm on TikTok. I have a Pinterest that I post like pictures of stuff that I don't really want to post on Instagram, but it's just like other random pictures. I'm on X. I'm on basically everything. So come follow me everywhere. Follow me as I travel everywhere and show you the life of a wrestler. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.